Thank you so much for stopping to check out my channel. My name's Katrina and this is Create Something Pretty. I have you outside today on my deck once again. It is a really nice sunny winter day. It's a little bit chilly, so I really do need a little bit more clothing than what I'm wearing. The sun's come out and is doing what it wants to do. And there's a lot of kids out. I think there might be a sporting event on the oval near us, so if you hear a little bit of screaming, it's kids. Nothing to worry about. So I have for you today a makes video, my favorite kind of video, so I hope you'll enjoy it. My makes are for April and May, so there's quite a few things, and I have decided that I'm going to try them on for you, so you will get to see them on a body rather than on a coat hanger. So I'm actually wearing the first one. This is the Nepheline blouse by Vivian, Shao, Chen with the beautiful ruffled collar. This isn't as hard to put on as what you'd think it would be. Don't be scared of it if you want to make this blouse. This is a very, I don't know, what do you call it, A-line? It doesn't have a lot of shaping, it sort of goes out. I'll show you the line drawings. This is what I made, and there's a bit of writing on there as well, some adjustments that I made to it. I made this version here with the ruffles around the neck and the pin tucks and the buttons down the front. There's also this option as well with a higher neckline, and then it all has all the same sort of option as the other view view B, I think it is. I can't read it from here. Yeah, so that's one that I made. I actually was, I made it during the Sew April Blouse challenge, but I would have made it anyway because I love it so much. I was wanting to make it for ages and I'm so glad I did. I would love to make another one in a plain sort of fabric as well, but maybe down the track, maybe one's enough for now. But this is, I've got this beautiful ruffle and my vintage buttons, little black vintage buttons all the way down the front, and then it has these gorgeous pin tucks. I found it was a very easy to follow, easy instructions. Everything was clear. The only bits I struggled with was like simple things. Like just really simple things, like getting this, like I didn't gather the neckline. Like when you're gathering, if you do your 2 rows and one of your rows hits a bit too close to the first row, it makes it really hard to gather. And I had done that. So I really struggled to get this to lay straight and even. I found that quite difficult. But then the pin tucks, I have done pin tucks before, and I think if I hadn't have done the pin tucks before, I think the instructions, I would have found them actually easier. But because I already had prior knowledge of how to do them, I think it made, in my head, it was just confusing. So I ended up just doing them my own way. I did both of them at the same time. I think she does one and then she does the other one. And I measured both mine at the same time and then just did them at the same time. So it's I don't know, unless you've made it, it's probably hard to understand. But yeah, it was actually quite simple. So I would definitely make this again. I think it's a beautiful top. I think you could do a lot with it, and you could play with different trims, and I just love this style of blouse. I just think they're beautiful. So that was my first make of April, and probably, yeah, definitely my favorite. I really love it. I do tend to wear it open, like I've got it buttoned up for now because I've just got a singlet top on underneath and I want it to be a bit too booby. But I kind of wear it over the top. I just pull it up a bit. I kind of wear it over the top of other things just to make it a little bit more casual, because I don't really go to very many dressy things. So I'll probably just be wearing this down the shops, that sort of thing. Like I know if we go out to dinner, we don't really do that much. No one's got after kids, so that's gone out the window. So yeah, so that was the Nephiline blouse from Vivian, Shao, Chen, and yeah, you could change it. You can make it less dressy depending on what you, or even more dressy depending what you want to do. But I think it's a beautiful blouse. Definitely recommend this. So the next item, the next item I made in April was not a clothing item. The challenge So Selfless So April 23, I think it was running as well that month. And I made something for my niece, which I have not given to her. I'll tell you why in a minute. I made this Studio Seren. I was going to make this version. The Studio, I can't say it now. Studio Seren cat doll sewing pattern is what they call it on the PDF. So this is my doll, which I still have and have not sent. She's a little bit different because once again I didn't read the instructions. You'll notice that I was going to make this. I did not read that these are made of felt, and I had purchased some it's like a quilting cotton. It comes in a pack from Spotlight. I knew it'd be alright to make the doll with the bodies made out of the same sort of fabric, but the whole time I was looking at it, I was like, how is this not going to fray? Like, I couldn't work it out in my head how that was going to work. And then I read the instructions and it's supposed to be made out of felt, which doesn't fray. So I do not have them on this doll. I decided just to leave them off because felt's really expensive at the moment, and I want to use what I've got. I don't want to go buying more things if I can avoid it. So I used what I had. So you can tell my embroidery is not fabulous because once again I didn't read the instructions. I thought I knew what I was doing. Clearly I do not, but it's okay. I don't mind. And I take a little bit of blush on her cheeks makes a massive difference. Oh, she looks so different. I still feel like she needs something here. I'm a bit undecided whether she's completely finished. But I also messed up on the back as well. The back of the dress is supposed to be open all the way down, so it's easy for a child to get it on and off. Mine isn't. I messed it up. You can still get it on and off, and I'm debating whether I actually still want to put a little bit of Velcro there just to hold that shut, but I thought I could just leave it off. Like, it's just probably easier for a little child to get that on and off. But I haven't given this to my niece for a reason. I didn't realize how it was constructed. This doll is, this bow is sewn on, and my niece is 1, keeping in mind, kids under 5, sometimes older, they like to put things on them in their mouth and they will suck on them. And small things like this bow, this is a perfect choking hazard. And because that is sewn on, and I don't know how good my sewing skills are, I did not want to risk giving her a toy that I had made so nicely, and maybe my sewing skills weren't as good as what I thought they were, and it ended up hurting that child. So I decided not to give it to her because I do not think it's suitable for a child that age. Maybe she's a bit older, 4, 5, over 5. I actually think over 5 is probably a bit safer. Once they're out of that sucking stage, I think it would be much more suited. These ears, these also could be a choking hazard because they're just stitched on. They're not in the seam at all. And the arms also, my stitching's terrible. That is also stitched on. If I was to make this again, I would probably fold this ear over as it is, but you can see they're not centered. The seam is, I can't see it on the camera. Oh, the seam's behind the ear. The seam runs along here. It would just mean you'd lose that little bit of shaping, and I would stitch them into the seam. I would sew these arms. You'd have to stuff them first and just a bit looser so it's not so close to the body, and stitch that also into the seam. And I'll probably leave this off. I just don't want to be responsible for harming a child, so that is why I still have it. I do not want to hurt my niece. She's my great niece, so she's extra precious. So yeah, I don't want to hurt her. So I'm sorry, doll, that's why she doesn't have it. Okay, so that was the second item I made in April. I do have one other. I made it mostly just to use up fabric because I had a lot of Christmas fabric. This is, you probably look at it and think, what is that? This is, can you see it's got little Christmas penguins on it, all the Christmas hearts? This is actually really nice fabric. I picked this up a few years ago at Spotlight at a clearance sale with the intention to make a environmentally friendly wrapping bags. And that is what I finally did. I actually didn't realize it was such good quality at the time. There's a couple of different sizes and shapes. I do have some other more red colored fabric as well that I want to make so there's a bit more of a contrast. So I'm yet to put little ribbons through them all. I'm just waiting to find the right ribbon to contrast and sort of boost the look of it, because I feel like this isn't obviously a Christmas bag when you look at it. So I'm just trying to get the right red ribbon to go through there. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, all in different sizes. So this year, Christmas is going to be so much easier to wrap all those presents. The main reason I did it was to make wrapping easy. It had nothing to do with the environment, because last year I spent almost an entire day wrapping Christmas presents. I am not doing that again. That wasn't fun. So these will hopefully save me a whole lot of time, and plus it's good for the environment. Like that's just a bonus really, as far as I'm concerned. So that is everything I made in April. I'm just going to pause for a second. So I'm back. So the next thing I made in April, you may notice look a little bit different, was the Agnes tee from Tilly and the Buttons. I bought this, I think I bought the pattern last year, it might be around Christmas time, and I've been wanting to try it for ages. It's more of a fitted style t-shirt, and I was just planning to grade it out at the hips. I don't mind it more fitted around my bust, but then my waist and my hips, I don't like that area as much, so I would have just graded it so it wasn't quite as tight in those areas. So this is my first trial run, and this is an elastane jersey of some sort from Spotlight. I bought it on clearance, so yeah, it's not the best fabric. I felt like it is too wide. Like I get this bubbling at the back of my neck here, and so this sort of sits down low. It just doesn't look right. And the side, I don't know if you can see this, it sort of sits out. Excuse that bump there, I've just had my flu jab. But it sort of sits out. That's a seam there. It sits out from my body, and I just thought that looked weird. Like it just didn't look like it was fitting me very well. So I decided I wanted to go back and try again, and I'll make sure I put a full picture of me wearing this as well. I went back and I tried again, and I decided what I needed to do next was to try doing a narrow shoulder adjustment, size down the body, grade out of the hips, narrow shoulder adjustment, and what else I do? I think that was it. I think it's narrow. It's all on my Instagram page if you really want to get all the details. I always put all my adjustments on there down the bottom of every post and things that I would do differently next time. I shortened this too. And I think I found the actual length that they have, the pattern is made to be, that was better. I didn't need to shorten it. I should have just left it as it was. So this was my first trial of the Agnes by Tilly and the Buttons. So I will hopefully put that picture in. I will get changed. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so this is my second version. So this is the second thing that I made in May. This is my next Tilly and the Buttons Agnes. I make both of them are the same sleeve, same length sleeve. They're both a rounded neck. There's one other neck option that sort of pulls this down and makes it more like a V-neck and has a little ruffle here. And there's also another sleeve, like a ruffled sleeve option as well. I just wanted the plain sort of version. I think it just looks nice under other clothing, and depending with skirts and things, that sort of thing looks nice, or on me anyway. So this is the second one with a narrow shoulder adjustment. I've sized down in the body. I've kept it at its normal length, and I feel like it does fit better. I have eliminated the pulling at the back, the sort of bubbling that I was getting. The only thing is now I feel like it's further out on my shoulder. I almost need to bring this in a little bit more so the neck isn't quite so wide. So I think I was a bit over Agnes at the end. that is as far as I went. So I made 2 Agnes tops. So the next thing I made was the Marlowe by True Bias. I bought this a little while ago on the Me Made May sales, I think it was. And I was really hesitant to purchase it because I already had the Pattern Emporium Grab a Cuppa Cardi. But the Marlowe has a very different sleeve. Theirs is more of a straight sleeve. And the body, I found when you put the 2 pattern pieces together, the Grab a Cuppa and the Marlowe together, the Marlowe doesn't seem to be as wide in the shoulders. So on me, this came up really well. I was really impressed and it was so easy to make. I really want to go back and make another one. I really like it. I just need to go get some more fabric. So trying to use up what I've got. So I'll show you what I made. This is, I don't know what this is actually. It's like it's a fluffy sort of knit from Spotlight that I bought last year. I had my eye on it from before. It went on clearance when I got it, but I was looking at it well before then. It has this little hex pattern all through it. And it's so soft. It's so nice to wear. Only thing I don't like about it is, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of, I don't know, it looks aged already. And I have literally just made this up. So yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about it. But I figure for a trial of a Cardi, it's not bad. I would like something a bit nicer. But yeah, it is actually quite nice to wear. And I haven't worn this yet. I'm intending to get buttons for it. I wanted to get nice big buttons, just like wooden buttons for down the front here, so they're a bit more of a statement. But I haven't been able to find any in the right size. So it's not quite finished yet, but it's very close. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with this one. I will definitely make this again. I really do like True Bias patterns. I have a lot of them. Yeah, so that is my third item. We're down to the last one. We're nearly done. Last item I made was a Cebu top from Itch to Stitch, which I have probably absolutely butchered that name. I'm so sorry. I wanted to make this version, and I actually purchased fabric to make this top, quite similar, because see how it's got like a bit of a rib through it. I wanted it to be really similar to that. So this is my Cebu top by Itch to Stitch, and I would have liked to have had the cow version, only I didn't have enough fabric for neck. And my sleeves, this fabric was horrendous to work with. It has the little cuff on the bottom. I had to stabilize the neckline to make sure this went in. It stretched out so much. This fabric is fleece on the inside, so it's actually really nice to wear, but I found I needed to downsize. I think I went down like 2 sizes. I think I have to double check, might have been 1 size, but I was going to grade out at the hips, and then I found I really didn't need to. It's because it came up so big on me. I think it was the fabric though. I don't think it was the pattern. If I had to use more stable fabric, I think the sizing according to the pattern would have been correct. So it was an easy pattern. Like everything is cuffs. Like I made the cuffs. The cuffs are way too big on me. I need to shorten the sleeves. So I've just been rolling them up. But I'm actually really happy to have this on right now because it's freezing out here now that the weather's changed. Yeah, everything's cuffed. Like it's just really simple to make. There's no hemming. If I had a more stable fabric, I could have made this in 1 or 2 hours. But as it is, I had to unpick and I had to stabilize things, and it was just a nightmare. It was so hard to make. I was just over it in the end. I just wanted it done. But I'm happy with the end result. I haven't worn it yet because I was trying to keep it clean so I could show you. But yeah, I'm sort of glad I'm going to be able to wear it now. And I love the color of this fabric. I don't ever want to work with it ever again because it was horrible. Maybe if I had a bit better stable, like I don't have much of that sort of stuff, stabilizer and that sort of thing. Usually I'll just grab a piece of like the salvage piece of the jersey. I'll show you in this top. Was it this one? Might have been, maybe it wasn't this one. It might have been the Marlowe. Usually when something needs stabilizing, I'll just grab a piece of jersey or something like that, this salvage piece that is all woven together, and I'll put that in the shoulders rather than using a stabilizer. So if I cannot use something synthetic, I will not use it because I just don't want to be contributing to environmental damage. So I'm pretty sure that is what I've done. It's somewhere. Oh, here we go. This is a piece of salvage that I've used to stabilize my shoulders so that I don't have to buy stabilizers and more synthetic things, because like there was ways to do it before they invented all these plastic things. So that's what I choose to do. So that is everything I made this month. I hope you enjoyed that. The sun's decided it's over as well. It's just gone. Hopefully it wasn't too windy, because I actually didn't notice how windy it was. I had to stop the camera several times because it got really quite breezy. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Next week, I'm not sure what I'm doing next week. I thought maybe I'll just give you a bit of an update of what I'm working on. I have started working, and I purchased some patterns, so I thought maybe I might show you those and just an update on what I'm working on. This is what I'm working on at the moment. I have been spending more money. I know, I'm terrible. But it is what I was wanting to make, and it's using fabric from my stash. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. I'm big excited to get started on that one. So hopefully you enjoyed that today. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me, please subscribe. I'm absolutely freezing right now. I can't wait to get inside and get a coffee. So yeah, let me know what you're working on at the moment. Are you going to go get a coffee? Well, what do you have in your coffee? I want to know. I'm big into coffee. Coffee is life. So yeah, please come back next week and see what I've been up to. Thank you so much for watching me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.